Bad, the ugly. Some good news from Montreal. Kenny Agistino is now a New Jersey Devil. He's been picked up off waivers by New Jersey, so that clears a roster spot. Dale Weiss should be in Montreal on the fourth line soon enough. Some bad news for Montreal. Karl Alzner has cleared waivers. He's been sent to Laval, and Mark Bergevin cannot get rid of that contract no matter how hard he tries. He's tried trading the guy with retaining salary from what I've heard. He's done everything he can to move Alzner. I'm pretty sure this is the second time he's been placed on waivers now. Nobody's picked him up. It's looking like the end of the road for Karl Alzner. I see him being bought out at the end of the year. Just what I think, because they're going to want that off the cap. They're going to want that contract gone. And everything's going good for Bergevin now, except for that. So I can see him definitely wanting that gone and going to the owner and being like, buy this guy out, get rid of him. And the ugly news is they're shopping Charles Hudon for a mid-round pick. I'm hearing third, fourth round pick. I know Charles Hudon hasn't been as effective as they'd like him to be in Montreal, but the guy is worth more than a third or fourth round pick. He's the type of guy, if you trade him away, he could go to somewhere else, he'd become a really good third or second line player and thrive. He has a good shot. He's a creative player. He just hasn't been given the opportunity he deserves in Montreal. I don't like the way Hudon's been developed. I've seen him play in the minors a few times. He is a good player. There is upside there to him. I think he's worth more than that. Don't trade him away for a third or fourth round pick. At least try and get a second for him or keep him. Do what you can with him. Send him to Laval. Develop him. Bring him back up. Showcase him again because he's looked good the past few games. And give him a better chance than that, because we've seen Habs like that get traded before and thrive elsewhere. And I don't want to see that happen. But yeah, that's the breaking news of the day. And Paul Byron, is still on injured reserve. He's day-to-day, as they say. I would assume he'll be back in a week or two, but you really don't know with Montreal. You really don't know what to expect. Trade rumors, been hearing a lot of Cam Fowler. So many Habs fans are throwing out the Cam Fowler's coming to Montreal thing that they've been hearing rumors, they've been speculating, they've been hearing this and that. Heard a few articles from a few good sources that Bergevin has been at 4 Ducks games, that he has been looking at a lot of players, but I haven't heard anything specifically that Fowler's the guy he's looking at. Let's hope that's the guy, because that would be a great pairing, great partner for Jeff Petrie for sure. Maybe even a partner for Shea Weber. I'd like to see him with Petrie myself. Also been hearing a lot of Glenn Denning's name, been hearing a bit of Wade Simmons' name. So there's a lot of names floating around. Fowler's the main name. Let's see what happens. I've been hearing a few good writers saying, a few articles that Bergevin may be changing his mind on trading some prospects because the team is doing so good after the All-Star break and they're playing good against teams like Winnipeg and Toronto, legit contenders, that maybe they are a piece or two away from being a contender, maybe even just a piece. And I would assume he wants to bring something else in to help this power play. This power play is abysmal, and it's getting worse every game. There's nothing better about it. Yes, they've had a couple games where they've had a power play goal, but it still looks stale. It still doesn't look good. Kotkaniemi has been an upgrade to the power play with Drouin shooting those passes over to him across the ice and him letting that shot go. He has 2 goals off him, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's been a good addition, but they do need a boost to that power play. You're not going to win in the playoffs with that kind of power play. Few upgrades are needed for this team for sure, but maybe he's sticking with the plan. Slow and steady wins the race. I think next year for sure this team's going to be a very, very good team. Expect to see Ryan Poehling or Nick Suzuki with the team next year. I think Suzuki's going to be on the team next year as like a third or fourth line center. He's going to get his minutes. He might get sent back down. He might stay on the team. He might pull a Kotkaniemi, surprise everybody and play great. But that's the guy I think is going to be called up from the prospects next year is Suzuki. I think Poehling will sign, because he's not signed yet. We got his rights, but he's not signed yet till he finishes the NCAA. I think he'll sign, and he'll end up in Laval. Still got guys like Josh Brooks and Romanov. We'll see what happens with them. They're probably not ready for the league next year, but they should be coming up. But let's see if Bergevin's making some moves to improve this team this year, because he isn't far away from making this team a contender. There's people who believe they can contend right now. I truly don't, in my heart, don't believe they can beat teams like Calgary or San Jose or even Tampa in these playoffs. I just don't, not with the team they got. They need a better depth defenseman. They need a second pairing guy to put with Petrie. No offense to Riley, but he only shows up when he wants. He's not my favorite player on the Habs by no means. And they need somebody to bolster this power play. Maybe that defenseman will be it. Maybe that's what Bergevin's going out. And maybe it's Cam Fowler. But that's the news of the day. Good luck to Kenny Agistino in New Jersey. Good luck to Karl Alzner in Laval. Come on, dude, get it going. We need to either see you with the Habs, or you need to be bought out, or you need to be traded, because this is something I'm sick of hearing about with Karl Alzner. And good luck to Charles Hudon. I hope that they don't trap him for a 4th round pick. I would not be pleased with that trade. I would not be pleased with moving Charles Hudon for a 4th round pick. He isn't an expensive player, and he's worth more than that. They deserve to give him more than that. He's been in the Montreal system for quite a bit now, and he's worth more than that. Anyways, this is my video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content, if you like the videos. Hopefully you do, guys. Have a great day. See you before the Nashville game on Thursday. I made a review for it already. I thought it was tonight for some reason. No idea why, but I thought it was tonight. But it's Thursday. I have a great review for your Thursday. I already have it made and everything. Go Habs, go. This is Mr. Average Hockey Fan over and out. Enjoy your day, folks.